I remember the eerie old house at the edge of town, known to locals as the Widow's Despair. It was a place shrouded in mystery, where unsettling stories had been passed down for generations. Legend had it that a widow named Eleanor Whitman once lived there with her daughter, Abigail. Eleanor was renowned for her extraordinary beauty, which seemed to enchant everyone who saw her. But behind that beauty lay a dark secret that she concealed within the house's weathered walls. The whispers in the town spoke of a sinister pact she had made with an evil spirit, trading her beauty for an unnatural, ageless existence. As the years passed, she stopped aging, while her daughter Abigail withered away, her youth sapped by the malevolent entity. Eleanor's once lovely face turned into something otherworldly, an unsettling allure with gaunt features and abyss-like eyes. Strange occurrences haunted the house, mysterious lights in the windows at night, eerie cries that pierced the stillness of the forest. These tales struck fear into the hearts of the townsfolk, causing them to steer clear of the ominous dwelling, allowing it to decay over time. One moonless night, a group of us gathered, determined to uncover the secrets of the house. Armed with flickering candles and lanterns, we ventured deep into the forest, arriving at the Widow's Despair as a storm broke out. Upon entering, the atmosphere inside was chilling, and we found ourselves in a maze of winding corridors and concealed chambers. Time seemed to warp and twist within those walls, as the unsettling paintings of Eleanor and Abigail bore witness to their torment. Deep within the house, we came upon Eleanor, her face twisted in anguish. She muttered cryptic incantations, her voice a haunting melody that seemed to echo through the house. Abigail, a spectral figure, stood beside her, her vacant eyes like voids. The storm outside intensified, and we realized we were trapped within the house, ensnared by the malevolent spirits that clung to it. Panic and dread swept over us as the walls seemed to close in. In a final, desperate attempt, we sought to break the curse that bound Eleanor and Abigail to the house. But the enraged spirits fought back, causing the very structure to quake and shudder. The house felt alive, its walls groaning and shifting, as if it were a sentient, malevolent being. We narrowly escaped the collapsing house as it crumbled into the earth, taking Eleanor and Abigail with it. The storm subsided, and the forest fell into an eerie silence, leaving only haunting memories of the nightmare we had endured. To this day, the people of Willowbrook avoid the area where the Widow's Despair once stood. The legend of the cursed house serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the heart of an old, abandoned house. The old hospital had always cast a looming shadow over our small, once thriving town. I'll never forget the countless stories that swirled around it, tales of horror that sent shivers down the spines of all who heard them. We called it the Forsaken Asylum, a name that sent chills down my spine every time I heard it. I often wondered about the people who had once sought solace within its faded, crumbling walls. The rumor was that the hospital's history was marred by unspeakable experiments and the suffering of countless patients. It was said that the doctors and nurses who worked there were driven to madness by the hospital's malevolent presence, and the town's people avoided it like the plague. One moonless night, a group of us, curiosity piqued beyond reason, decided to explore the Forsaken Asylum. Armed with flashlights and trembling with trepidation, we ventured into the darkness that had consumed the once hallowed halls of healing. The moment we crossed the threshold, an unnatural chill descended upon us. The hospital was a maze of decaying corridors, where flickering lights cast eerie shadows that danced with malevolence. The air was thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by the creaking of rusty gurneys and the haunting echoes of our footsteps. As we delved deeper into the heart of the hospital, we discovered long-forgotten patient rooms, each one imbued with a sense of despair that was almost tangible. Rusty bed frames and peeling wallpaper bore witness to the suffering that had taken place within these forsaken walls. We reached the basement, where the tales of twisted experiments were said to have unfolded. There, we found a hidden laboratory, the equipment covered in dust and decay. Charts and records spoke of experiments that had pushed the boundaries of ethics, their details too horrific to comprehend. Our unease deepened, and the feeling that we were not alone intensified. We heard faint whispers in the darkness, disembodied voices that echoed in the corridors. Shadows flitted across our path, and we glimpsed fleeting apparitions that defied explanation. In a moment of sheer terror, we realized that we had become entangled in the sinister history of the Forsaken Asylum. We attempted to leave, but the hospital seemed to conspire against us, its layout shifting and changing, trapping us in its nightmarish embrace. Desperation gripped us as we searched for an exit, our flashlights flickering in the suffocating darkness. We had unwittingly become prisoners in a place where time and reality were distorted, a nightmarish labyrinth that showed no mercy. In a final, frantic bid for freedom, we managed to locate an exit, bursting through the hospital's rotting doors just as the first rays of dawn began to break. The Forsaken Asylum stood as a silent sentinel, concealing its horrors from the world. To this day, the townspeople avoid the crumbling hospital, and the Forsaken Asylum serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can linger within the abandoned walls of an old, haunted institution. The nightmares of our ill-fated exploration continue to haunt my dreams, a reminder that some places are best left undisturbed. I often wondered about the children who had once filled its echoing halls, their laughter and footsteps now silenced by the passage of time. Stories circulated about the school's eerie past, tales of unexplained disappearances, and strange occurrences that left the town's people wary of its chilling history. One overcast afternoon, curiosity got the best of me, and I convinced a small group of friends to join me in exploring the abandoned academy. Armed with flashlights and apprehension, we ventured into the forsaken building, its warped floorboards creaking with every step. The moment we entered, an oppressive stillness enveloped us. The abandoned classrooms and empty desks spoke of a place once teeming with life but now abandoned, frozen in time. Dust-covered chalkboards and faded educational posters hinted at the lessons that had once been taught here. We made our way to the basement, where the most unsettling stories were rumored to have unfolded. There, we found a trove of forgotten textbooks and relics of a bygone era. Amid the discarded teaching materials, we discovered faded photographs of students who had once attended the academy. Their faces, frozen in time, gazed out at us with hollow eyes, as if begging us to leave. As we ascended to the upper floors, the feeling that we were not alone grew stronger. Eerie whispers seemed to drift through the empty corridors, and the faint echoes of laughter filled the air, only to dissipate into an unsettling silence. We reached the attic, the darkest and most foreboding part of the school. There, we uncovered a room hidden from sight, its door wedged behind a wall of debris. Inside, we found a collection of forgotten toys and children's drawings, as well as a weather diary. The diary revealed chilling accounts of strange occurrences that had plagued the school, inexplicable events that had driven both students and teachers to the brink of madness. The author of the diary described shadowy figures that lurked in the corners of the classrooms and whispered secrets in the dead of night. As we delved deeper into the diary's pages, our own fear intensified. It spoke of the school itself being a malevolent entity, one that thrived on the fear and suffering of those within its walls. The author's final entry was a desperate plea for help, as the boundary between the living and the supernatural blurred. In a panic, we made our way to the exit, struggling to open the heavy wooden doors that had become stuck with time. The abandoned academy loomed behind us, its secrets concealed once more. To this day, the townspeople steer clear of the old schoolhouse, and the abandoned academy remains a chilling testament to the darkness that can linger within the abandoned walls of a once innocent place of learning. The nightmares of our exploration continue to haunt my thoughts, serving as a stark reminder that some places are best left undisturbed.